Hello, hello, and I'm so excited to see you again today, or at least join you on your commute, on your way to work, on your morning start, or afternoon, or evening, or wherever you're hearing me, whenever you're hearing me. Today's episode is a really special one. It is about numerology and angel numbers, and how you can use it to really tap into that divine guidance and a little bit of history. It's not as new age as you might think. But first, the intro. Hey there, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, Spilling the Tea Leaves. My name is Michelle, and here we're talking about spirituality, your spiritual journey, crystals, energy, and all things soul connected. So grab your cup of tea or coffee if that's more your style, and sit with me for a minute. Let's chat about what you're looking for in your spiritual life, and maybe you'll find it here. Welcome to your podcast, Spilling the Tea Leaves. You're getting more than one episode in the next 2 months. I'm trying to do better. Like I said, I'm trying to be really good about recording. But it's funny because every single time I bust out my microphone, I clear out my desk. I even wear heels because it makes me feel a little more empowered. It's one of those little tricks that I use. I am so excited, and I'm like, why don't I do this more often? It's kind of like exercising when you're like, oh yeah, I don't want to exercise. Oh, I'm so tired. Maybe tomorrow. But then when you're doing it, you're just like, wow, I feel amazing. Why don't I do this every day? But I love doing these podcasts for you guys. And I really enjoy doing the research that goes into these episodes. And today's episode is no different. Today, we're going to discuss the fascinating realm of angel numbers and numerology. We're going to discuss the significance of popular numbers like 1111, 2222, and how they can impact your life. And we're going to talk about how you can use these numbers to help you with your intuition and help you gain clarity into your current situation. So what are angel numbers? Now, angel numbers are sequences of numbers that are believed to carry divine guidance from the angelic realm. These numbers are messages, or are believed to be messages from guardian angels, spirit guides, the divine, and they're usually sent as a sign of love, support, and encouragement. They can also signify a big shift coming up. So if you're worrying, if you have a problem, it might signify a sort of, you need to prepare for this. They can show up in your life when you need guidance, again, reassurance, or a gentle reminder that you are on the right path. Now, don't think that angel numbers are a recent belief or the idea of angel numbers, but angel numbers do have a long history that date back to ancient Greece. The Greek philosopher Pythagorean theorem, remember that thing that we used to study in school, is often credited with creating the basis of numerology, which is the study of numbers and their inherent meanings. Pythagoras identified angel numbers and symbols in the 6th century BC as a way to communicate with the divine, which I kind of wish they would have told us that in school. I would have probably been more interested in math. Well, ever since then, people have attempted to decode these messages from a higher source to grow spiritually. Now, although angel numbers do have their basis in numerology, they are not one and the same. Numerology in itself is the study of numbers and their symbolic meaning in our lives. It is an ancient practice still that has been used for thousands of years to gain insight into our personality, life purpose, and destiny. By analyzing the numbers on our birthdays or our name, numerologists can provide, or they are believed to provide, valuable information about strengths, weaknesses, and life path. Now, I'm going to get a little more into life path, not too deep, because we only have a short time, but it has to do with your birthday. But I digress. Numerology has a long and fascinating history. According to numerologists, the origins of numerology are somewhat of a mystery, but there is evidence of numerology being used thousands of years ago in Rome, again in Greece, China, and Japan. Some of the earliest records of numerology appeared in ancient Egypt and Babylon, along with China, Rome, Greece, and Japan. Arithmomancy. I hope I'm saying that right. Arithmomancy, also called arithmancy. It was practiced by ancient Greeks, Chaldeans, and Hebrews. Its successor is numerology. It is believed that the Greek philosopher, again Pythagoras, became the father of numerology and was hailed in his day for being a brilliant philosopher and mathematician. The word numerology was not coined until 1907 when it was provided by Dr. Julian Stenton, who brought awareness and knowledge to it in modern times. So specifically, numerology is the study of the relationship between numbers and events. I'm sure you have gone on social media and heard people talking and saying, well, I'm going to use the King's coronation, for example. These particular numbers, 05, 06, 2023, are equivalent to this meaning. And there have been some pretty dark assumptions made about that particular day. But that is what numerology is. Now, while angel numbers are divine messages from angelic helpers or our spirit guides, numerology is a study between the numbers and the events. Angel numbers are number sequences, usually 3 or 4 numbers that contain repetition or patterns, not always, but a lot of the times. And then these numbers are believed to hold powerful significance in our everyday lives. But we use numerology to decipher and understand what the angel numbers mean. So while 1 is the angelic number, is the message, numerology is what we use or what is used to decipher that message. Now, I'll be disappointed if we don't talk about life path numbers in this episode, because life path is one of those gateway topics that lead you down the road to numerology. And I'll lightly touch on it, but if it's something that you are interested in, it is absolutely worth exploring. A life path number is a central number in numerology that represents a person's traits, personalities, and their life's journey. How do you calculate your life path number? You use your birthday. So your birthday is considered to be one of the most important numbers in a person's numerology chart, right? So to calculate your life path number, you need to add up the digits in your birthday until you arrive at a single digit number, unless you arrive at one of the master numbers, which is 11, 22, or 33. Those numbers are not reduced to a single digit. So for example, if you were born December 17th, 1995, your life path number will be calculated like 1 plus 2, which is December, plus 1 plus 7, which is your day, plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 5, which equals 35. And since 35 is not a single number, we add the digits together. 3 plus 5, which equals 8. You know, when you started this podcast, this episode, you had no idea that you were going to be doing math, right? So my birthday is May 11th. My birthday is in 7 days. 7 days. I'm not good at math. 7 days from the time of this recording. So my birthday's May, so 5 for the month, 05, plus 1 plus 1, because it is 11, plus 1, plus 9, plus 8, plus 3, which is 83. And then that number gets reduced to a single digit, which would be 1. Now, each life path number has its own unique characteristics and represents a different life path and purpose. So understanding your life path number can really help, or it is believed to really help you gain insight into your strengths, your weaknesses, and how you navigate your life journey. So since my number is 1, I'll give you an example of the number 1 life path number. And it's believed that the person with life path number 1 tends to be hardworking, a natural born leader with a pioneering spirit that is full of energy and passion for art. They have a strong desire to be number 1, which I don't find necessarily true, but I would love this podcast to be number 1. So if you can leave a review, that would be great. Which means a person with this number can manifest very easily. Yay! Due to their determination and self-motivation, they won't let anything stand in their way of accomplishing a goal. Their drive allows them to overcome any obstacle or challenge they may encounter, and they have a desire to accomplish great things in their lifetime. Their only need is to focus on what they want in order to achieve it. Do I feel like this sounds like me? Yeah, a little bit. Am I a natural born leader? I don't consider myself a natural born leader. I know I'm often placed in roles to lead. I absolutely don't like to be the center of attention. That's why I have an issue with being a leader, because you're already naturally placed in a position of attention. But do I like to be number 1? I don't consider myself competitive, but it is nice to be number 1, right? I would love this episode to be, this podcast to be number 1 trending. But yeah, that's a life path number. So my life path number is 1. If you're interested in your life path number and don't want to do the math, there are spaces, websites, life path number calculators that you can Google, and it'll give you your number. And then it'll give you an explanation on what your life path number is. So if that's something that you want to explore, go for it, have at it. And even still, there are numerologists, people who have studied and have dedicated their lives to this path, that break it down even further, or just go with a particular, your birthday, not necessarily your entire birth date, your month, your day, and your year. But sometimes just look at the day and assign traits to that day. So I was born on the 11th, and the 11 is a master number. So there's a lot to it that obviously we can't get into this episode because we don't want to make it too long. But absolutely go for it and explore life path numbers and numerology and see what you can come up with. And then I want you to let me know. Please let me know. I want to hear all about your life path numbers. Feel free to send me a message on Instagram at Remember Love, or if you want to shoot me an email, and I will share on the next episode. If you're comfortable with that, you can email me at michelle@rememberlovehealing.com or spillingthetealeaves@gmail.com. Now, when I first started learning about angel numbers and keeping not sort of an eye out for angel numbers, but it almost felt overwhelming when I started seeing them everywhere and looking them up, to the point where once you figure it out and once you start realizing that they're there, these messages are there for you. Like, there's so many other messages. This is just a very obvious one. You cannot stop seeing them, if that makes sense. One of the angel numbers that is constantly reoccurring, and I've been talking about for years. I remember when I was traveling between, it has to be, I had my daughter already. So from Barbados when I moved from Barbados to Ecuador, we were staying in a hotel in the US. We were visiting family and getting our stuff in order, and they checked me into room 511. And like I said already, like 4 times, 511 is my birthday. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute, ha ha ha. Then me and my mom go to a local bakery, a Cuban bakery, which is, if you've not tried it, you need to try a Cuban pastry, un pastelito. And the total was 511. And I'm like, that's so funny. That's the second time I see that number. Our room number is 511. Then we sat down at the table and I look out to a car that's parked right in front of the bakery. The license plate started, or the last four digits of the license plate was 511. And I'm like, wow, that's so odd. It's my birthday again, and so weird. I check out of the hotel and the total was like, I think we took something from the minibar. It was 511. And I'm like, okay, this is super weird. Like, I keep seeing this number everywhere. So I went online and I typed something like, I keep seeing 511 or 511 number. What does it mean? Or what does it mean to see 511 everywhere? And this website popped up. And the website, I am going to tag them here because it is a resource, a huge resource. It's called Sacred Scribe Angel Numbers blogspot.com. And if you are over the age of, I don't know, 30, you know that Blogspot was the thing back in our day. It was a place that you can go blog, like Blogger. It's not even a secured website. It's a very antiquated looking. They still have like the ads on the sides. Like, it's old, right? They've been around for 10 plus years, over 10 plus years. And they are probably the number one resource of angel numbers. You can type in any number that you're seeing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a repeating number. It doesn't have to be 1111, 2222. It could be like me, which was 511. And let me tell you, I still see that number now. As a matter of fact, I just saw that number. What was I doing? I was on TikTok, right? And the comments were 5511, 115, 511. And the angel numbers the website does a really good job about breaking the numbers. So it's not necessarily the whole number, but a breakdown of the number and what it means when these numbers are combined or together. I know you're curious what 511 means, so I am going to tell you. According to this website, angel number 511 is an important message from your angels to do with auspicious changes. I've been waiting for this change for a long time. Or, well, I get auspicious changes all the time, I guess. And new beginnings in your life. So these changes have come about through your intentions and actions to do better in your life and incorporate a more spiritual approach. The angels encourage you to make those changes as per your soul's prompting and intuitive urgings. Angel number 511 suggests that some karmic life changes are ahead of you or are occurring in your life right now. Your angels want you to remain courageous and positive through these transitions. They support and surround you with love and healing. Isn't that nice? I love it. I'm here for it. And I'll take it. So sometimes when I start seeing these angel numbers, specifically 511, I know that I want to make positive changes in my life, or at least connect spiritually. Okay, so enough with 511. Let's explore some other popular angel numbers and their meanings. One that you are going to see everywhere, or at least hear other people talk about, is 1111. You might hear somebody say, oh, I woke up this morning and I saw 1111 on my phone. You might see people screenshotting when they see the time 1111 on their mobile devices. You might hear on social media, or even hashtags 1111 is really popular. Now, 1111 is probably the most powerful number that you can see. It is often considered a sort of wake-up call from the universe. So when you see 1111, it's a sign that you are becoming more in tune with yourself, with your spiritual self, and that you should pay attention to the thought and feelings that you're experiencing at that very moment. It can also signify new beginnings and opportunities coming your way. What does it mean to pay attention to your thoughts and feelings? Sometimes when you see 1111, it's coming at a time where you might be upset, or you might be avoiding your feelings. You might be thinking a thought. You might be making a plan. So pay attention to where your mind is at that moment. The next number is 222. Yeah, it's a good one. So the number 222 is a message from your angels to maintain faith and trust in the universe. It symbolizes balance, harmony, and cooperation. When you see this number, it's a reminder to stay positive and keep working towards your goals, because everything will fall into place with divine timing. Almost like a trust fall, like it's all happening in its due time. It's okay. The universe has got it. 333. This is a big one, and it's so understated too. And 3 is a very important number when it comes to spirituality and a lot of religions and a lot of belief systems. This number represents the presence of an ascended master. So if you listen to last week's episode of Divine, or the previous episode of the Divine Feminine Energy, Goddesses and Female Ascended Masters, if you've chosen a female ascended master to work with, this might be them saying, hey, I'm here. So the presence of an ascended master could also be Jesus and Buddha and Kuan Yin, and they are there to help support you and guide you. When you see 333, it's a reminder to connect to your spiritual side and trust that you are on the right path. The number 444, I promise it's 2 more, is often associated with protection and encouragement from your guardian angels. When you see this number, it's a sign that you are surrounded by love and support from the angelic realm. Trust that you're being guided and protected on your journey. And then finally, I'm not going to bore you with all the numbers, but these are the first 5. So if you want to see what the other ones are, I suggest you visiting that blog post. 555, the number signifies change and transformation. When you see 555, it's a message from your angels that significant life changes are coming your way. Embrace these changes and trust that they are for your highest good. So if you go back to 511 and you break down the number, 5 being a number of significance, also talks about transformation, but they pair it with 11, which is also a powerful wake-up call. See, you're figuring it out. So how can you work with angel numbers in your daily life? Here are a couple of tips that you can start using right now. But I want you to do me a favor really fast. Look at the time right now. What time is it? Write it down or memorize it. And then after you're done with the episode, I want you to look it up. I want to see what the significance is for you and if there's a message. So how can you use these numbers in your daily life? Pay attention. Yeah. Pay attention. A lot of us go through life not paying attention, or at least being so busy with ourselves or in our mind, or lost in thought, or with our heads buried in a phone or a book that we don't see what's around us. And the universe and the divine and God, whatever version of God you believe, is always sending you messages. They are actively always communicating and connecting with you. It's only a matter of us stopping and listening and paying attention. So pay attention. Start by being more conscious of the numbers around you. Notice the number on license plates, on receipts, or like I said, even the time of the clock. If you are driving right now, I want you to take a look at the license plate in front of you. Please don't crash. Look at the license plate in front of you. Or next time you go to the store and you make a purchase or a couple purchases, see the numbers. See what number sticks out for you. Is the total? Is there something special about the total? Is there a repeating number? Pay attention. Keep a journal. I love a journal. I have an overabundance of journal. It's a terrible habit, but they're so cute and I can't help it. And sometimes they're so cute I don't even write in them. But Keep a journal, dedicate a journal, go to the store, pick a journal out that you are going to use and write in, unlike me, and write down the angel numbers you see and any thoughts or feelings that come up when you see them. This is going to help you identify patterns and better understand the messages your angels are trying to send. Meditate. Spend some time in quiet reflection or meditation. Focus on the angel number that is appearing in your life. So for me, it was 511. Ask your guardian angels for guidance and clarity and be open to their messages. One of the tips that I really like to recommend, especially if you are going to use dream recall or dreaming as a way to get guidance. Dreams are big, especially if you're into symbology and things like that, is place an amethyst underneath your pillow. If you want to pair it with another stone, you can pair it with clear quartz, which is going to amplify the stone. So if you sleep for one night and you don't feel a difference, go ahead and pair it with a clear quartz. If you sleep with amethyst and it's too much, I recommend pairing it with rose quartz and maybe even smoky quartz. And then see what comes up during your dreams and keep that journal next to you so you can make sure and you write your notes. And then finally is trusting your intuition. Angel numbers are really powerful tools, but ultimately you should trust your intuition to guide you on your spiritual journey. If a number resonates with you, explore its meaning and see how it applies to your life. And that's a wrap on our exploration of angel numbers and numerology. I hope you found this episode enlightening and it helps you connect with divine guidance that is always available to you. Remember to trust your intuition, pay attention to the signs, and know that your guardian angels and your spirit guides and the divine are always supporting you every step of the way. I'll be adding some links and other resources on these show notes, including the Sacred Scribes angelnumbers.blogspot.com. Like I said, it's been around for a really long time. So when you go to it, it's going to be a blast from the past. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Spilling the Tea Leaves. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast platforms. I'm also on YouTube, so if you want to go ahead and subscribe and join, you can also listen to the podcast there. If you want to support this podcast, I love a review. There is also a page on my website, spillingthetealeaves.com. We have a website, I know, where you can buy me a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or browse my Amazon shopping list. And if you feel inspired to support, I would absolutely love that and love you. This is a independent podcast. We have tried to keep it clear of sponsors, so you get the information, right? I don't like the gatekeeping behind a paywall. If you want to learn more about me, if you want to book a service with me, if you want to connect with me, I love friends. Please feel to follow me on Instagram, which is my favorite spot to hang out, and that's Remember Love. I'm also on TikTok. I barely use it, but I'm there, and that's Remember Love Healing. And you can also find me on my website, rememberlovehealing.com. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of the universe and embracing your spiritual journey. Love and light, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.